After I started having kids, I really struggled with knowing that my kids would never know my dad. They would never know all the fun aspects of my dad. They wouldn't know his intelligence or his love of random information. They wouldn't get to experience that. And I also realized that every time I talked about my dad, it was always with sadness. He wasn't here. He was gone. He was missing. And about 5 or 6 years ago, I decided to start having a dad adventure day. So on the anniversary of my dad's death, we get all his favorite snacks. He loved ginger ale, icy square chocolates, Baby Bell cheese, a whole bunch of random foods. We get them all and we have an adventure. We take the kids and we go somewhere that my dad would have gone with us. We've been to the ROM, we've been to the Science Center, we've been to an indoor water park. And sometimes they're ridiculous things. We've gone back to Chuck E. Cheese before with the kids because I remember going there with my dad. And we started to do these things that I would have done with my dad, or my dad would have done if he was here. And we talk about my dad, and sometimes we don't really, but I feel like it's turned my grief into something positive. I can now share elements of my dad and the parts of him I love the most with my kids in a way that isn't always negative, that doesn't always talk about sadness or he's not here or longing. But instead, I feel like they get to share part of who he is now. And I love it. It's been very, very healing for me to start to actually take this day, a day in a year that could be really depressing, and turn it into one of my favorite days of the year. My son actually this year had to pick his favorite family tradition in school, and he had to write a project. He had to do a project on it and a presentation, and he actually chose Dad Adventure Day. And I think for me that just confirmed that it's as important to my kids as it is to me. And they feel like they understand me more now that I get to share different parts of my dad with them in a way that is fun and enjoyable and, an experience and a memory that we all get to share.